What is up, everybody? I am back with my Attack on Titan review. Um, we are on season 3, episode 7 through 12. Now, this is heavy on the politics, heavy on the lore, heavy on the story. This season has been dragging on. I will say so far, season 3 has been my least favorite season. Intro still sucks. Somebody was like the symbology and the images of the season is what it's about. I was strictly talking about the music. I do not like the song for compared to season 1 song to season 3. They just progressively got worse. But I digress. Where? So we are on episode 7. So Levi Squad breaks in. They start taking out the special unit squad. They make their way fighting towards Eren. We find out that Historia doesn't want to. Historia doesn't want the Titan powers. Her dad gets upset about this. You find out her dad's a coward and doesn't want the Titan powers either. So Eren's like, I don't want them either. Take them back, rule the world, do whatever you got to do. I don't want all this responsibility. So Eren, every time Eren opens his mouth, I get annoyed. I don't like Eren. I like everybody else but Eren. But Historia was just like, hey, stop tripping. You know, do what you're going to do. Save the world. You are like blah, blah, blah. So Historia sets Eren's free. Historia's dad ends up drinking the Titan potions and becomes like this crazy looking Titan. And it breaks the ceiling. Everybody inside gets crushed. The special unit squad. Kenny gets out some kind of way. Eren turns into a Titan and makes this hardening cage, and he learns how to use the hardening. He had this vial, and he drunk it, or he like did something to it, and it gave him hardening abilities. So that's how he got hardening abilities. And then afterwards, the weird Titan, I don't even know what type, whatever, but it got out and just dragged its face and belly along the ground for like 500 miles, getting to wall. I forget all the walls, but getting to the wall. So they come up with a plan to stop this Titan. They carry out said plan. I forgot how they killed it. They blew it up. Eren threw some bombs in its mouth and then blew it up, and then the chunks went out, and then one of the chunks was the nape of the neck, and they had Historia kill her father to be like, I'll be your new queen. I'm not scared to get my hands dirty. So then we learn a little bit about the Ackerman family. We find out that Kenny Ackerman is Levi Ackerman's uncle. I'm still a little iffy on that because I think it was his dad, but he just didn't want to be called a dad, so whatever. We find out a little bit about the Ackermans. The Ackermans supported the king until something happened. They were really vague on it. There was some fallout with the king, so the Ackerman family got shunned. This new king was like, hey, he meets Kenny Ackerman, and he was like, hey, if you work with me, I can help the Ackerman name, give you a place. And Kenny's like, okay, I'll be your guard dog or whatever. So Kenny starts working for this new king, and I guess they had a whole colony living underground. And to me, I was like, Gurren Lagann? Like, it felt like real Gurren Lagann. If you've never seen Gurren Lagann, stop this video, stop everything, go watch Gurren Lagann. But it felt like they had people living underground, and I was like, if they were living underground, well, like, why did they just stay underground and live away from the Titans? Like, live above ground and fight Titans, or make an intricate network underground and survive from Titans. But anyway, so people who lived underground lived in the slums, but they weren't happy. But apparently the king, when the whole business with the king getting replaced and all that stuff, blah, 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 the family, the Rice family and all that, they got forced underground some kind of way. And they got forced underground, and then they were like, well, one day the king's gonna come back. So that's where Kenny comes in. The Ackerman family tries to do whatever. Then we find out a little bit more about Aaron's dad. Aaron's dad. Well, I'm jumping the gun here. We find out about Kenny, Levi. Kenny helped the king, and then we cut to present time, and they're like getting ready to go to the basement. The last episode of, I think it was like episode 10, it cuts to Reiner in colossal titan form on the ground. The beast titan was like, all right, are you about done now? I won, so you have to listen to me. So I'm guessing the Reiner and the beast titan fought, and we didn't get to see it. I hope it's a flashback or something, because like Reiner's not an easy fight. He's a soldier, he's a colossal titan, like, so I very much wanted to see that fight, but you just see the Beast Titan, and then the guy gets out of the Beast Titan mecha, and he's just like this hot guy with long hair and glasses, almost looks like Aaron's dad, but not Commander Pixis. But anyway, so he's just like, let's go get the target, and I'm guessing the target is Aaron, because everybody wants Aaron's power. So we go back to present time, and they're like the calm before the storm. They're like having lunch. Everybody's like having these moments, getting drunk, having fun. They brought actual meat. And then we learn a little bit about Aaron's dad. Aaron's dad was not inside the wall. So it was already suspicious that somebody, confidant or whatever his name, but the guy who did the rookie training knew Aaron's dad, found him outside of the wall, and then became buddy with him. Aaron's dad did not have any memory, and then he was like, I remember being a doctor. But these people who act like Titans lie so well. So I don't know if, well, I'm still a little funny on this Titan serum stuff, because they were talking about that. Like, how did we make the Titan serum? Because they were trying to figure out who to give the Titan serum that they find. They gave it to Levi, and it was like, Levi, use this on whoever you want to when the time is right. And Levi was like, I don't want to do that. But I would really love to see a Levi Titan. What would happen if an Ackerman turned into a Titan? Anyway, so Levi is like, I don't want to do that. But we find out that Aaron's dad and this other guy, and apparently the guy was like, I want to be special. He used to be the commander before Irvin was the commander. Then he stepped down, and then Irvin became the commander. And it was just a whole bunch of like politics going back and forth. So I was just like, I appreciate the story and the lore, but I don't want, I'm just tired of the politics. I want some more Titan fighting and action. So at the end of this, they mount an attack to head out to the basement. I forget what wall it is. I think it's in Wall Rose, Wall Martia. But they head out to go to that wall and get to the basement. It's a full frontal assault. They're like, hey, right now Historia became the new queen. Everybody accepts her. She got crowned. And the next big step is to find out what they can about the Titans and head to that basement, because Aaron's dad knew everything, apparently. So they're heading to the basement, and that was the last episode I watched. Season 3 is just a lot of talking, very little action, a lot of history, a lot of lore. I appreciate the story, I appreciate the lore, but it's just how much you throw it at us at once. But that's about it. I'm still enjoying it, just not so much of season 3. Like, season 3 is just dragging on, and I'm just like, all right, is this going to be all of season 3? I'm real ready to see what the Beast Titan is up to, because he's definitely up to something, and I want to know more about this target, which is Aaron. I want to know more about the other Titans. I want to know how they created the Titan serum. What's the deal with this Beast Titan? I'm so ready for answers at this point. It's frustrating. But anyway, that's my review. Got one more season left, and I think 12 episodes left. So catch you next time. Bye.